BlueMetric is mission-ready water. We are world-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. BlueMetric provides a full range of environmental consulting services supported by bespoke engineering solutions for emergency, self-contained, and permanent water systems, and is always mission-ready with a full range of in-house support. There is no successful mission without water. We are proud to partner with Atlantic Canadian Industries. We are mission-ready water.
Welcome to MARITECH 2024. I'm Hannah DeGeer from BlueMetric, supporting the Gale Force Winds podcast today through the Thought Leadership sponsor. I'm here with Martin from Babcock, Canada. Martin, why don't you introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about your company?
Thanks, Hannah. So, Martin MacCorquodale with Babcock. Our company is looking at 4 sectors, one of which is marine. In Canada, we look after the submarine fleet, so deliver in-service support for Canada's 4 Victoria class. And we've been in country since 2008, growing that capability, and here in MARITECH now to really keep an eye on how things are evolving in the marine sector, try and meet up with some new colleagues and connect with various industries in this space.
Okay, and what's your role with the company?
So I'm the Director for Business Growth for Marine and Mission Systems. So what that means is looking at effectively generating new opportunities, looking at our overall business strategy and figuring out how do we progress within the marine sector in Canada.
Okay, and can you maybe speak to a little bit about the vision of Babcock Canada and where you're headed with everything going on from the collaboration with associations, with Team Vigilance, and how Babcock fits into all of that?
Sure, it's a large space. There is a lot going on, certainly in submarines. We're primarily a defence business at the moment, and so building off our base, looking after the Victoria class, our primary goal will be to maintain our position looking after the submarine fleet for Canada from now and long into the future. And outside of that, we are leveraging what we're doing in other parts of the world in terms of surface fleet support, but also some interesting build programs as well. So from ourselves, it's really looking at being a trusted partner to the Canadian Navy and Canadian marine operators at large. Okay,
and how long has Babcock Canada been involved with the submarine industry in Canada?
Back in 2008, we won the contract for the Victoria in-service support. And since then, we've helped to grow and establish the capability across Canada. We are based both in Victoria, in Ottawa, and also on the East Coast in Halifax.
Okay.
Have helped grow the industrial base from very, very small now up to, certainly within Babcock itself, we are around about 400 people working on the submarines themselves.
And that's in Canada?
And that's in Canada.
Okay.
And with our partners through Team Victoria class, both CIMarE Victoria Shipyards and BMT, we are also now kind of helping grow that larger industrial base and really reach out into various communities to help establish a sovereign sustainment capability here in Canada.
That's great. A lot of collaboration, a lot of Canadian made, a lot of focus on Canada. That's great. So can you maybe speak to a little bit about working for Babcock and how the youth here that are walking around the floors from Memorial University can maybe get into the companies like yours
Sure.
and work in those industries?
Yeah, so Babcock, we thrive on our people. We don't generally sell a lot of products, and really at the moment we're still primarily a services oriented business, which means people are the most important asset that we have. So we're always looking for new talent, trying to bring new people into the business with fresh ideas and different ways of looking at the world. We are constantly recruiting from universities, bring in particularly on the engineering front. So as it pertains to marine, looking at naval architects, marine engineers, electrical engineers, etc., and really looking at how we develop those both into our existing contracts here in Canada, but also how can they then help us across the world and maybe kind of swap some individuals across.
Cross-pollinate the capabilities.
Exactly.
That's great.
There's lots of different work going on.
Amazing. So, for as a young youth coming into the workforce, what is it like working at Babcock? Is it a lot of career development? Are there opportunities? Or like what is the culture? What is the?
It's a good question. I'll maybe put it in the context of my own kind of path. I started in Babcock quite a long time ago, over 20 years. One of the reasons that I really enjoy working in Babcock is the variety and the diversity of work. I've very rarely been in one single program for too long. I get to see lots of different things. I've had lots of opportunities to go into different geographies. And as you can tell by the accent, I'm not from here, and I came across with Babcock to support the Canadian business.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I see it's one of those companies that, because of the scale and its ambition and where it's trying to go as an overall kind of international business, there are real opportunities for growth, and you're not going to be stuck in one little silo. So if you like a variety of different taskings and the opportunity to work with lots of different people, it's a great organisation.
That's great. Thank you so much. And maybe can you speak about MARITECH and Babcock's attendance last year and next year in Montreal, 2025, and the vision? Like, where is Babcock going? What's on the horizon?
So yeah, Babcock, we've had a long kind of tradition of supporting MARITECH. Certainly from my perspective, I look at it through the lens of it being arguably the only technical marine show that we have in Canada, and so being able to get some of that, what's the latest thinking within the marine space, we find it really quite valuable in that regard. For Montreal and for future years, we will look to kind of leverage and maybe bring some additional engineers to learn and figure out how things are moving, and hopefully even perhaps present and get a couple of our technical papers up on stage, which we've done in the past, which would be great to be able to share what we're doing. For
sure, and lots of technical innovations happening, lots of new talent, lots of AI type stuff coming out. So the future is interesting, and thank you for being part of this show and being here representing Babcock.
No, thank you, Hannah.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
BlueMetric is your partner and works with Atlantic Canadian industries and organizations who are concerned about the water health of our planet and the people who inhabit it in an environmentally and culturally sensitive manner. BlueMetric joins the growing number of like-minded, innovative Atlantic Canadian companies who are changing the environmental landscape for the globe in a world-class way. World-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. We are mission ready.